Audacity, a popular audio editor and recording software that is used to record and edit sounds. Much like GIMP is a photo editor and iMovie is a video editor, Audacity is for editing audio.
First, let's open Audacity. Okay, so to begin, here's our basic program, okay? We have a control panel up here where we pause, play, stop, rewind, fast forward, and record. All of that will be gone over in much more depth later. More controls are right here. Here we have the levels of which it will we'll see what we were recording with. And here is the playback levels. As this gets higher, as we see the numbers change, as it gets higher, the level gets higher, etc., etc. Now, what we need to do, of course, is if we're going to edit some audio, we have to get some audio in here. And how do we do that? Just like with many other programs, a keyboard command will be our first step. If we hit Command-Shift-I, loading, we will get a pop-up window that will look just like this, and it will allow us to select some audio to edit. Mine is loading, loading, loading. Let's use the elevator music. We're going to use the elevator music. Open. Okay, so now that I've imported some music, we see that it is very long. These right here are seconds. 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15, 20, 25, 30 seconds, 35 seconds, 40, all the way to 1 minute. And if we scroll, if we see down here at the bottom, we have this scroll bar. The song ends in between 1 minute and 10 seconds and 1 minute and 15 seconds. Now, if you notice, I'm clicking and I'm highlighting. Oh my goodness. We'll talk about that later. How do we listen? How do we listen to this track? How do we listen to this track? Well, like I said earlier, we have these adjustments up here, these controls that we have in our control panel. Pause, play. The play triangle will start wherever this icon is, wherever this line is, just like in iMovie. But we may as well start where there is no audio. If we notice this here that I have just highlighted, there is no audio. Why? Because there is no sound wave. The sound waves, just like in iMovie or other programs that you've used, they go up. They go up as the sound increases, and they go down, just like this, when there is no sound. So let us hit play. Okay, cool. Now that it's playing, how do I pause it? Amazing. But that just paused it. If you notice, our playback level, how loud the music is right here, is still stuck there. It's only paused. But to stop the music, we do this. Hit the stop button. Let's try that again. Pause. I could play it again by taking pause off. Pause on, pause off. Pause on, pause off. Pause on. But now, let's stop. Amazing. Let us just simply talk about how to zoom first. If we notice 5, 10, 15, 20, what if we wanted to just work or do a lot of work in between 20 and 25 seconds? It's kind of difficult as we are zoomed out at the moment. But now, just as you could zoom on a canvas in GIMP or into your timeline in iMovie, we can use the zoom tool to zoom into a piece of audio in Audacity. So if you notice now, all of our time markers have adjusted. 26 seconds, 25.5 seconds. Instead of doing increments of 5 seconds, we're doing increments of half seconds, 22 seconds, 22.5 seconds. How do we zoom out? Well, we have a few options here. What we could do is we could click the zoom out button right here, or if we're interested in doing it with our keyboard, if we notice right here in our magnifying glass, there's a plus sign. If I hold shift, it changes to a minus sign. And you guessed it, minus is zoom out. Now let's see. Currently, the whole track starts at 0 seconds, but we have 3 to 5 seconds of nothing before our track starts. If we look here, this is the time shift tool. This will allow us to have our track start later. Now it would start at 30 seconds, or we could have it start earlier. It still starts at 0 seconds, but I got rid of all this empty space here. Let's see what that sounds like. Wonderful, so now it starts right away as opposed to this. There's nothing, 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 sound! So that would be the difference there. This time shift tool will allow you to move the track as needed. Now, with just one track, there's not a huge need for the time shift tool, but as soon as we start to incorporate another track, then you would need it. Now, if we play the track and then we pause it, if you notice, we have this stop sign, this do not go further sign. It is because we can't use any of our tools. We cannot use any of our tools if either of these are shaded and if this is green. You have to stop playing the track before you can edit it. There we go. Okay. Wonderful.